definitely a great one. We love the energy from the fans, and it was just glad to have it for a fourth time. Hasn't been done in a while, so that was just a big thing for our team and for this character going forward.
Since the 50s. Since the 50s, 4 straight for you guys.
Oh, okay. 50s.
Yes, thoughts?
Same thing. Being a part of this, like, there's no feeling like it really. Like I said, Will's still here, so it feel great.
Let's open up some questions for our student athletes.
Just talk about the 2 sacks being in the 4th quarter. Kind of get some pressure on
Definitely.
the game, and then
Definitely just pushing through, keep executing. It was a big emphasis this week. We knew there was a big pass team, so we had to definitely just stop the QB run. And then when we had to pressure them, had to affect them often and early. And then coach challenged us. He said, go get 2 sacks, set the tone. So I did my job, executed. And then the second one, he schemed up a great play. Just did my job again, and then there it was. So.
just, you guys missed a bunch of guys in defense.
Mm-hmm.
What was it like out there, kind of rallying around every day?
It was just energy. That's what we focused on this week in practice as well. We seen last week we started off hot and then things went kind of south. But it's just a next man up mentality here. So it's just like that guy's down, they're going to give us energy and we're going to do it for our brothers like always. So.
Just talk about the defense's ability to give up some yards that the quarterback can play, but a lot of big plays that you really haven't been making in the past, especially in key situations. Just talk about the difference.
Definitely, just being focused throughout this week of practice. If you would have seen it, it didn't surprise me. Guys making plays, eyes in the right place, asking the right questions, understanding the scheme. So we just locked in and tuned to all the communication. So that was huge and it showed up in a big way.
Devontez, he had 3 touchdowns, obviously. When you look back, is a block as big as those? And you had that block on Bedford's long run.
Yeah, they've been on my neck the past couple weeks about my blocking because they knew I could do it. So it was just whipping the switch and doing it to get the family into the end zone.
Does that feel as good as a touchdown?
Yeah, it do.
Just talk about you having a quarterback out there.
Mm-hmm.
And, obviously, somebody needs to step up helping when you're able to make a lot of good plays.
He just put his trust in me, guide him through everything out there. So coaches called my number to be there for him, to make plays for the family.
Does it mean that being like that against that?
It means a lot. It means, rivals do that against them. No feeling like it.
You kind of been, you come all year, 15 years, but then to really have one year, I'm kind of asking the same question, I guess, but is it extra special when you do it against the team?
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's just the coaches, like I said, call my number to make plays for the family, and I step up and do that.
Last one, just obviously Colin wasn't able to play. Let's talk about what you guys were saying before the game.
Before the game, just keep Devin his confidence up, keep him calm out there, and got him through everything. And Colin was there by his side, by all the receiver side, to be there for him. And once he was comfortable, he was comfortable.
Let's open up some more questions for our student athletes. Jack?
Yeah, Zayin, you obviously gave up that first touchdown, that 8-yard touchdown, but from there I feel like you guys really locked in and limited their big plays. Just talk about what coach told you and what you guys did to respond there.
It was really the players. We went to go just talk to our teammates like, we trust in y'all, like let's not let one play dictate this whole game. So it was just like momentum. We had to go get it back on our side. So just buying in, trusting our guys, and going back just to execute the game plan, putting our eyes in the right spots. And just letting our teammates know we trust them, and let's get back to it.
Anybody else got questions for our student athletes? All right, guys. Congratulations on the win.
Yes, appreciate y'all.
Appreciate it.
How about them golden flashes? 4 in a row. Wheel stays at home. Guys stepping up all over the place, showing the character and the resolve of our program and our culture. Guys not flinching with a slow start, responding in all 3 phases. It's everything that we talk about every single day. In the face of adversity, with a lot of good players down, a lot of other good players stepped up. They carried their water at an exceptional level in a big-time rivalry game, in a big-time environment when stakes were at its highest. Kent State and this football team responded the right way, and I'm very, very proud of them, very, very happy to lead them, and very, very excited for these kids to have that wheel and to be celebrating the right way and to be going into a 10-day bye to get healthy and to finish this thing off the right way and to continue to stay the course here as we go.
Let's open up some questions. Alan, I'm sure you've got some. Let's start with you.
So maybe even more special doing it out, overcoming everything, people that were out. What was it like in there?
Yeah, guys were fired up, right? I mean, we knew what the situation was going to be. We knew that we were going to have some guys down. We knew that we were going to have some key contributors down. And we've been railing around a cry this year of so what, now what, right? So at the end of the day, things are going to happen, right? Events are going to take place, and that's in the past, and we got to learn from it. And as things go, all right, so what, now what? What are we going to do? Who's going to step up? A lot of different guys step up. You know, as you look at this, obviously Coop had a huge day. Bradford has a great day. Gavin comes in and offers some relief. Tez shows up yet again, accounting for multiple touchdowns. You know, obviously Devin Cargman stepping up, but again, the contributions of special teams, the hidden yardage that plays out there, the points that are at a premium in a game like this when it comes down to, you know, a one-possession contest the way that we knew it was going to be. Guys are fired up, rightfully so. A lot of guys invested, you know, and they care. And when you invest and you care, obviously you got to push your chips in, and it feels good to come out on the right side of things. At kickoff. When he didn't start, that's when I knew he wasn't going to play. Yes, he was. And then he wasn't. It's a heck of a job. It's a heck of a job managing for his first start, true freshman, young kid. He put himself in a position to be successful, right? He's been here since January, from the minute that he's arrived on campus. He's done a great job approaching everything for the position that he wanted, right? He didn't sit back. He didn't wait. He's approached each and every single day. Like, at some point in time, I'm going to be the starter. I don't know when that's going to be, but that's how he has carried and conducted himself each and every single day since he's been here, since January when he got here. And it happened to be this week, right? And we talk about it all the time with everyone that, you know, shoot, we're going to pour into them, and we're going to create an environment where if guys believe and they do the things that we're asking them to do, they're going to have an opportunity to be the best version of themselves, and that's the only promise that we can make. I can't guarantee or promise, hey, week 8 of 2022 against our rival, the biggest game when we're 2-5, you're going to get your first start, and we got to have it. You know, I don't have a crystal ball to do that, but didn't need one, because the kid believed from the moment that he got here that when his number was going to be called, that he was going to be ready, and he was. And when he settled into the game, he did a heck of a job making decisions, leading the offense. It was a very efficient day. He's 12 for 25, 213 yards, 2 touchdowns, made big plays when we needed to have them. At no point in time was the game too big. And it's a testament to that kid's work, and it's a testament to the way that everyone rallied around him in all 3 phases. They knew what it was. The guys didn't flinch. All right, hey, Dev's up. Cool, so what, now what? All right, we're going to carry our water better so that we can help him, so that when he gets his opportunity, which we knew that he was going to, there was a great chance that he was going to get, guys could respond the right way, and they did, and that's a big-time effort by everyone involved, and the coaches leading them, and the players responding in a really, really big-time way.
So he was getting ready to start the entire week?
He's been getting ready to start ever since Griffin went down, right? He's the 2. So, again, his mindset since he's been here is that I'm going to become the starter. Yeah, there's a couple guys ahead of me, but that's been his mindset. That's what it needs to be, right, all the way through. And then, obviously, when we had the unfortunate incident with Griffin's ACL in training camp, well, now, okay, you're a snap away. It becomes a heck of a lot more real. And you could tell in that moment when that happened during training camp, his level of urgency went up. And he's known since that point in time, all right, I'm a snap away. So you can't wait until you're the starter to start acting like the starter, right? He's been acting like the starter ever since he's gotten here. It got magnified and it intensified when that injury happened because he was a snap away. And then now the opportunity presents itself. And since he's been acting that way, he can play that way. And it doesn't work the inverse, right? You can't wait to say, all right, now I'm going to be the starter and now I'm going to have starter habits throughout the course of the week because I'm the starter. If he would have done that, it would have been too little too late. But he's gone about his business the right way. Ever since he's been here, I'm really, really proud of him. And I'm sure he had a big old smile last time I saw him in there. He may or may not have a cigar in his hand, celebrating a nice big win.
Didn't start, he was like 1 of 5, and they were real close.
Yeah.
Honestly, just,
It's first start, right?
I'm sure things were sped up, and everybody knows what's up.
You know, I think it's our job as coaches, it's my job as his position coach and as his play caller to be the rock that he can lean on, to be the guy that's going to give him strength of heart and to know that he's the guy that I trust. That's why he's out there. So even though it didn't start great, like nothing changed, right, in terms of him just settling into the game. There's a lot of emotions that go into that. I'm sure that's a big-time ball game, right? We got 20,000 people. We're selling out dicks, and, you know, it's a big-time atmosphere, and he cares a lot about keeping that wheel home here because he knows what it means to us. And the great thing about Dev is that he never gets too high, he never gets too low. He's a very, very even-keeled kid that's played in big-time games. He's a state champion. That's one of the things that drew us to him, is that he's a winner. He's always won. So he knows how to win. He's able to weather that storm, and we were able to put him in positions. And again, the guys around him elevated their play so that he could settle into the game. And then he operated and he did things that he needed to do within the system so we could find a way to win today.
Talk about Devontez a little bit more. Just made some huge plays at the time. Kind of needed somebody to make those. He not only made some, scored two different ways, I think he had a huge block.
He had a huge block on Brian Bradford's long run. I mean, we can talk about the big-time contested catch at the end of the first half to swing momentum and to win the middle eight, right? Him and Slim both do an unbelievable job. You want to talk about being completely unselfish, like the majority of our sets. Cephas is our outside right receiver. Tez is our outside left receiver. We all knew that watching it, right? And Cephas has an injury, and, you know, we had a play in a certain area that we believed was going to be good, and we have the proper hash, and we call it, and Cephas kind of looks at me, and Tez looks across the way, and instantly everyone knows, like, hey, we got to flip-flop, and we got to go, because, you know, we got to be able to have a guy that can run. And you know, again, those unselfish plays and the way that those kids are able to operate those things and what they're willing to do for each other, that's a true testament to what this team is and what they're capable of and what their true potential is. And I'm glad that we were able to realize that today for a full 4 quarters and end up on the right side of this thing. You know, it's a big time win that matters a lot, and be able to continue to run Northeast Ohio and that wheel stays here.
Let's hit Zay West.
Yeah.
2 sacks back to back, I believe, early 4th quarter.
Yep.
That field goal turns out to be a huge score on
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, I mean, again, he's a kid that has been through a tremendous amount of highs and lows since he's been here, right? He's a kid that, because of that adversity, he's gained strength, he's gained resiliency, and, you know, he's a guy that we challenged. Coach Farrell did a great job challenging him earlier in the year. He's a single-digit guy, and at the beginning of the year, he'd be the first guy to tell you that he wasn't playing like a single-digit guy. And Coach Farrell challenged him, hey, that we need more. Our best players, especially in a game like this where we have good players down, the best players that are up and available need to be at their best. And in a critical moment in crunch time, our best guys showed up. I mean, and he was one of them that flashed and was able to get that ball back and you know, hold him to just a field goal. And again, when you get into all these one-possession games, that's going to be the difference between winning and losing. You know, players making plays. That's what game day is all about. We got a bunch of great players that stepped up, Zay being one of them, to get a big-time win here for the program.
You know, the defense gave up yards, obviously. Hadn't been forced turnovers, and got some big moves today.
Yeah.
A bunch of sacks. Just kind of talk about the big plays that they were able to do.
Yeah, I mean, they were disruptive and they caused havoc today, right? I mean, the nature of college football and the way that it's wired right now is that you're going to concede some yard, but you got to win the got to have it moments. And there was times there where, all right, hey, we bowed up in the red zone, we got turnovers, or we held them to field goals, and then, you know, we got off the field in critical situations. We were able to get them off schedule with sacks, and generally speaking, we created probably the most havoc that we have all year on that side of the ball, which then, you know, builds momentum, it builds enthusiasm, it builds energy that is then able to feed off of, and guys start flying around. There's big hits, there's big plays, and that's what we're capable of, and that's what we need to do, and that's how we need to prepare each and every single day so that when the next opportunity comes, we can perform at that level again.
One more you tried to defend Irons, obviously.
Yeah.
You don't have CJ. It seemed like they were trying to attack the middle line. Just kind of talk about what you were able to do. They had some success early, but you guys were ended up getting your own shots and kind of.
Yeah, I mean, we know that DJ Irons, you know, both run and pass. I mean, shoot, he's got 22 rushing attempts, right? He ended up throwing it around, you know, 43 times. So when you think about it here, right, 65 of their snaps, right, and they had a total of whatever it was, 86, right? He's impacting and affecting 65 out of those 86 snaps, right? So he warrants the attention that he's going to get each and every single week. He's a really good player. He's going to make some plays. He did, right? Obviously, the very first play of the game, hey, nice pitch and catch. It's a really well-designed play. We got to do and read our keys better. But, again, our kids didn't flinch. And collectively as a whole, it wasn't just one guy that was able to make enough collective plays on him. It was the collective unit of everyone doing their piece, doing their 111th, carrying their bucket of water the proper way so that we could impact him enough so that he could get off schedule and we could make just one more play when we needed it so we could come out on the right side of the ledger here.
Let's keep going around the room. Jack, you got some questions?
Yeah, Coach, just talk about the 3 running backs today. I feel like they all came in and contributed. Obviously, you mentioned it was Devin's first start. Just how big was that for the offense to have those 3 guys still
Yeah, I mean, it's huge, right? I mean, we talked about going into the game how we were going to have to impact and affect their quarterback, and we knew there was a potential for Devin to get the start, and if he was going to do it, that everyone had to rally around him, and we had to protect him so that he wasn't going to get impacted, he wasn't going to get disrupted. And so by having a rushing attack, right, where you're able to put the ball down and, you know, rush for, what was it, 242 yards, like, sign me up for that each and every single day of the week, right? That's a quarterback's best friend. We're able to lean on it. We know that that's a strength of who we are. We knew that was a way that we could attack. And again, those guys up front, and they do a heck of a job. They play with great pad level. We've been very fortunate to play with all 5 of those guys consistently from the first start all the way through. And that unit cohesion, yeah, the backs obviously get the stats. They get the accolades. They get the headlines. I mean, those big boys up front, you know, Sam anchoring it, they make all that stuff happen.
Coach, just one more from me. Just talk about what this means for you guys and your seniors, obviously. You've been here since 2019, went 4 years in a row. Just
Yeah.
how big is that for the program and for those guys?
It's huge, right? I mean, we talked about it earlier in the week. When it comes to our football goals, this is the #1 football goal each and every single year. And there's a lot of people that can say a lot of different things, but in between those white lines, for the past 4 years, there's one team that runs Northeast Ohio, and we continue to run Northeast Ohio. And the wheel stays here, it stays in the right colors. We're going to put another placard up the right way. And for 4 straight years, over 1,100 days, the wheel's here, and no one else gets to touch it besides the people of the Kent State Golden Flashes.
Let's keep going around the room. Anybody else have questions? Dom?
Really just wanted to be here, Coach.
Yeah.
First of all, congrats on the win. And second of all, I mean, you guys had a gauntlet of a schedule coming in. Right now, you're 2-2 in the MAC with
Yep.
this win. With 4 games left, how do you carry this momentum and push that towards the last 4 games as you guys try to take a MAC East title for the second year in a row?
We do the next thing the right way. As simple as that is, right? The schedule is the schedule. That's in the past. We learned lessons from each and every single one of those weeks early out in Seattle. We spent the week in Tulsa as we went, you know, and got back home and kept our home winning streak alive. Going down to Georgia, I know a lot of people wanted to pat us on the back because we played them really, really well. But, again, we didn't win, right? And then you come back home here and you do some things and you put up some numbers, but, you know, you don't appreciate the little things. You don't value the ball. You escape. Right, and then we go down to Miami of Ohio, and we didn't quite carry over the lessons that we need to learn from Ohio, and so then that gets away from us, and we go to Toledo and we correct some things, and we start fast, but we don't finish strong. And finally, for the first time, I felt like we put a full 4 quarters together because of everything that has happened since then, right? Regardless of what the schedule is, it happens to be those opponents, but we learned the lessons from each and every single one of those games. So, okay, how do we carry it forward so that we can end this thing the right way as we transition to action? We go celebrate the right way today. That's it. Right? And then we'll do the next thing the right way after that when I wake up. For the next 24 hours right now, I'm going to have a cigar, and I'm going to go watch some other people stress for the rest of the night. And then I'll worry about whatever's coming next tomorrow morning when I wake up. Yeah.
We've been talking about ball security the past couple weeks. Today, 0 fumbles, 0 turnovers. Describe the improvement there.
Really good. And when you take care of the football and you don't have issues with it, generally speaking, it leads to winning. We won the turnover battle. We were able to impact their quarterback more so than they were able to impact ours. And to me, those are the 2 critical factors when it comes to what you can look to, you know, hey, turnover margin and the quarterback rating, the efficiency of a quarterback. If you can win those 2 battles, generally speaking, not always the case, but generally speaking, if you can win the turnover battle and your quarterback plays more efficiently, you're going to win. You know, and that's what we were able to do today. We valued the football in all 3 phases. We created extra opportunities defensively. We didn't give them any extra opportunities, and our kid had a more efficient day than theirs.
And then also, team played very well on 3rd down, forcing Hack to go 8 for 17. Describe what you saw there, the improvements there from last week.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of those critical situations, right? And again, it's kind of the way that the game has changed and where it's at in college football right now. You're going to concede some yards, but there's these gotta-have-it moments where you got to win, regardless of how many yards you're giving up, right? So 3rd down in the red zone, end of half, 2-minute situations, end of game, 2-minute situations. You know, to have that 3rd down efficiency is really, really good. And then obviously being able to get off the field, change the field position helps, right, to put your offense in a better position to be successful and to go get points, you know, in the subsequent drives that follow. Yeah.
How did you guys prepare for the Wagon Wheel game this week? Did you guys do anything different in the rest of the games this year?
Yeah, we do something for this game every single day. It's that important. And specifically this week, we had team meetings every single day, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. at 7 a.m. Typically, in a normal week on Tuesday and Wednesday, we do not have team meetings. Usually it's just special teams positions we go practice. But I thought it was critically important with where we were at to bring everyone together before the day started so that our mindset and our energy and our focus and our intensity was in the right place for the 4 hours that we had, you know, each and every single morning that we get. And the kids did a great job responding to that, and we had a great week of preparation. And then because of that, we're able to have a fun and successful afternoon, you know, and be able to keep that thing home. Yeah.
Last call for questions for Coach.
Lower body injury right now. We'll see what he looks like in the morning. Yep.
Last one, actually, you're up 9. They had a first down challenge call.
They did that up top. That wasn't me. Yeah, they review all those calls. I can't take credit for that one. If you want to give me credit, cool.
There's our right.
There you go.
Bolden makes a play off the edge, though.
Yeah. I mean, again, it's those critical moments, right? So 3rd, 4th down, like to get those stops in those critical situations is everything. And then I thought, you know, again, the headsiness of our kids to know and understand in the 4th quarter, hey, you're up to 2 possessions. There's only so much time that's on the clock. There's only so much that you can do. And I thought our kids did a great job managing those situations through the leadership of our coaches so that we could shorten the game the right way. And in essence, you know, the real opponent there at the tail end of the game was just the clock. You know, and we managed that really, really well. So I was really, really proud of the staff and the kids for being locked in. Again, that's something that we pride ourselves on, being a high football IQ team. And the kids, you know, have gravitated towards that, and they've done a really good job with that.
Last call for questions. All right, Coach, go enjoy that cigar.
I'm going to go Flashes!